Good morning, y'all. Well, it's actually afternoon. Um, it is actually, I gotta be careful because I ain't got no bottoms. It is actually 1:30, and I have had an absolutely amazing day so far. Today is Wednesday, and um, I'm gonna be honest with you. My mind has been really thrown off this week. Whenever I'm sleeping, I have it. When I'm sleeping, when I wake up, I have the thought that it's the weekend. I did that. Today is Wednesday, and I did that yesterday, Tuesday as well. Tomorrow is Thursday. I have a lot involved for Thursday. Hold on, you guys. Let me check on my steak. I gotta throw some butter in there for my steak. Guys, I am not a big steak eater, but I had got these. To be quite honest, I had got these because my guy friend was supposed to come over one day, and he didn't come, and I had already marinated them, and so they've been marinated for like 2 days. But and I was gonna put them on the grill, but I don't feel like going out there and putting it on the grill, so I just decided to just throw them in the pan and baste them with a lot of butter. But today I'm cooking them because I don't want them to spoil. But today I'm actually supposed to be going with my best friend. We're going to go to the hibachi spot, and that's about 5:30, 6 o'clock. So I'm cooking the steaks, but wait a minute, y'all, while I'm over here, because I need to turn these bad boys all the way down. But I'm cooking the steaks, but we're actually going for hibachi, so they'll be cooked. I call myself, I think I had told you guys, I call myself trying to do the carnivore diet, but I'll be honest with y'all, I love food entirely too much to think that I'm going to be able to just do the carnivore diet. And then I'm not even a big meat eater. I am a vegetable eater. But y'all know how we be coming up with these bright ideas of ways that we're going to lose weight, but it is what it is. Anyway, so today me and my best friend Monica are going to try this hibachi place that we've never been to before. It's in Conyers. So that'll probably be about 5:30. Of course, guys, I'm gonna take you guys with me. I've just having a really amazing day. So I have a meeting today in probably about an hour with my old boss to discuss the parameters of this contract position for consumer care. In the midst of me sitting there and brainstorming, the conversation, I'm learning to just sit and listen and let people reveal to me who they are and what they want, and then base my decisions on that versus being so proactive. I am a very proactive person. I am a very visionary type of person. So since they reached out to me, I visualized, you know, so much. But no, I need you to tell me what it is that you expect from me. And then from there, I can tell you if I can meet those expectations, or if I can't meet those expectations, or if I can meet those expectations, but it's going to cost you more. That's that. But I got a call. My HR manager from my job, my previous job, referred me to the company that she worked for before. And they gave me a call. I talked to someone briefly on email. I guess it's been over a week ago, but today they called me, but I didn't answer the phone, but she left me a voicemail, told me to call her back. So I called her back, and we were on the phone for like 50 minutes, and we had a great conversation. And she says, I have so many amazing transferable skills, and there's so many positions that she sees that I could that I definitely qualify for, but she wants to make sure that it is something that I will be happy with, as well as them. But one of the positions that she mentioned, I love it. And so she's, after the, you know, when we got ready to end the call, she said that she was going to reach out to 2 senior people that work there at that location, because she really wants to get me in as soon as possible to speak with them. And between them, considering there's so many positions, one of them is a manager's position. Considering there's so many opportunities that they see I'm a good fit for, that it would be best to just bring me in and see where I would fit in best. I said that I wasn't sure if I wanted to go back into corporate, but whenever God tosses you the ball, what you gonna tell him? No, God, I'm good. No, you're gonna run with it. So I'm just waiting. So that made my day, which means I'm going into this meeting with my old boss with a totally different mindset. Yeah, mindset. So I'm about to go check on these steaks. I need to drink some more water. I haven't been drinking enough water, and I've been getting headaches. Go check on these steaks and prepare for this meeting at 2:30, and then figure out what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna wear for dinner with my bestie, and also finish up this video that I'm working on. I did somewhat of a new intro, but I want to, you'll see. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you, bye. Hey, beautiful people. Today, baby, when I say the man upstairs, and I say men, because I already told you God is not a woman, because she would not give us menopause. Whenever I say God has really done me a big one today, baby, when I say he been showing out, he been showing, excuse me, God, he been showing his ass. Let me get in this car. This is about to be a car chronicle, so I can tell you. I mean, first of all, before I get in this car, to tell you guys, let me give a shout out to my, look y'all, how about I don't waste some stuff on it, but I'm going out. So here it goes. Y'all see the flow? Do y'all see? Let me give you one more. Let me give you one more view. I hate this, but I ain't got time. Let me give y'all the view. Compliments of Miss Bridget, my big sis that's out in California, who is just such an amazing sweetheart. Whenever I say love her. So Bridget, I have on, one of Bridget's blessings. That's what we're going to call it. Bridget's blessings. So, hold on, you guys. I'm going to put my put my microphone on so you won't be hearing all that, so it won't be so loud. I don't need to charge it. I think so on my way to me and my best friend have dinner today. It was supposed to be on Thursday, but she changed it because she wanted to go today because she has some beautiful news and she wanted to go out and celebrate. So we are going to dinner at we're going to go grab us some hibachi. We haven't had hibachi in a while, so we're going to go to this hibachi place that's in Conyers, and that's at 6 o'clock. It's 4:42, and traffic in Atlanta is a total biatch. So I'm going to leave early. I'm going to try and pop by my sister's house just to run in and give a hug on her, squeeze on her, give her some sugar, let her know how much I love her. Let me tell you something, guys. So my sister is 9 years older than me. That's my older sister. And I was like her, I was like her baby, her responsibility. She was, more like a mother to me than a sister to me in my mind for, the better part of our life. We didn't start getting really close, and I didn't start feeling like she was my sister versus my mother for the last 10 years. Now, baby, because I wouldn't even curse around my sister, let alone talk about sex or, anything like that. I just put her up there. I would feel disrespectful to curse around her or, any of that. But baby, we be letting them fly. And as my sister has gotten older, so many strongholds that she had on her as an older sister were released. And some of it was her and some of it was me. The me part of it is that I'm still her baby. I'm going to always be her baby. But I had to get it in my mind that you're still a grown woman, Chloe. You can respect your sister, but you still are a grown woman, and you need to start operating in a grown woman. Because I will say this about my sister. It's not her fault because she didn't. It was a task. It was something that was put on her by my mom. It's kind of hard for me to describe. I overly respected her in a sense that I treated her as if she was like a mother or aunt or something like that instead of my peer. And so over the years, I've begun to see her as just girlfriend. So baby, once I tell her everything, I tell her everything. She tells me everything. We have the best conversations, the best keys. She's my sister now versus my momster. Better, more than my momster, she's my sister. So one of the things, and she probably won't kill me for saying this, one of the things that, because we're so far in age, and I was wilding the fuck out. When I say I was wilding out, excuse me for cursing, I was wilding out in my younger years, very, out there partying in the streets. And so it's like the things that I was doing, she was past that because she was 9 years older. And, drinking, doing drugs, partying, I was just freaking out there. And so that wasn't a lifestyle that I felt like I could reveal to my sister, even though she knew I was wilding out. Motorcycle accident, sliding down 20, I was just wild. So she confided in me, a while back. She was like, you know, Lee, because we was talking about how close we are and how we love how close we are. We love our relationship. You know, we talk every day, sometimes 3 and 4 times a day, sometimes more than that. Something comes to our mind. We just immediately just call each other, text each other, send each other memes and, you know, everything. But she said, Lee, I really didn't think I mattered. And it still sits with me, and I have to constantly, sometimes I say, and to think that you didn't think that you mattered. And it hurts my heart and my spirit that I was out here wilding out so much that, you know what? And I'm going to speak this to Kathy because I know that she watches it. And why am I getting emotional? I was out here so angry and wild and just, I could tell y'all some things, and I am going to tell y'all some things as time goes on. But I was not necessarily protecting her, but I didn't want her to see that person, you know, because I was her baby. And I didn't want her, and I feared her chastising me, talking to me like she was my mom instead of my sister. But I also didn't want her to know that even though I was considered a black sheep, I didn't want her to see that. Do y'all get what I'm saying? I did not want to show, I didn't want to be wild and free and loose in front of her, out of respect for her and out of the fact that I didn't want her to know that side of me. But it's like, now, baby, when I say she get it all, she gets it all. I give it all to her. She gets it all. I tell her everything that's going on. She gets it all. But to my sister, Kathy, whenever I say that you are my second heartbeat, I mean that. Of course, you know your niece is my first heartbeat. But you are my second heartbeat. And baby, whenever I say I will fight a newborn gnat for you, you already know how I come. I will whoop some behind about my sister. She the oldest, but I'm the youngest with the most fire. She's the one who has to constantly talk me down off of a ledge and get me together, because she would tell you, when I say snap off. It's not something to be proud of, but my attitude was just treacherous. Anyway, so I said I was going to stop by and see her. I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time because it's 4:49, and it's going to probably take me about an hour just to get to where I'm going. We're going to New Tokyo Hibachi in Conyers off Salem Road. So that's that. But guys, let me tell you about my day. I've been stressed. When I say I've been stressed, I ain't even gonna call it stress. I'll say I've been very melancholy. I've been in my head. I've been stressed. Bump that. I've been stressed. I've been in my head trying to figure it out, trying to figure what I'm going to do. You know, God, I trust you. You've never abandoned me. You've always been there for me. You always make a way out of no way. You always present things to me I hadn't even thought. You know, things start flowing to me and coming to me, and I know it's you doing your big one when I least expect it. Don't know what to do, don't know what direction to turn into. You know, I'm saying my prayers, but I'm saying my prayers very disheartedly. You know, I believe in you, I trust in you, but I'm still trying to work it out myself. That's the biggest thing. You can trust in God and you can truly believe in God, but you still gonna worry and stress and try and work it out yourself. So that's what I've been going through. You know, just so many mixed emotions. Just my head has just been gone to the point that sometimes the only thing I want to do is just sleep, wake up, and get through it. So today You know, I told you guys that my previous job reached out to me to come back as a contractor. They were talking about 10, 15 hours a week. That was not going to be sufficient. 20 hours a week, to be quite honest, based on the pay that they're giving me, 20 hours a week will put me back at what I was making when I worked for them, minus the insurance and taxes and 401k and all of that. So that's something I have to think about, is the fact that I need to start paying my taxes quarterly. That's one. And then, of course, I said, well, Chloe, you need to jump on, you need to get this YouTube back. You need to get serious about this YouTube, because I've been stagnant. I know you guys have called to check on me and whatever. I say, I love you, beautiful people. I love you, beautiful people. You guys have really motivated me that you really do be wanting to know what the heck be going on with Chloe. When I say, I just really don't think that my life is all that interesting, but a lot of that comes from looking at other YouTubers, and we do compare ourselves, and how can I possibly be that good, and they do it so effortlessly, and their life is so amazing. They have so many things going on. I don't want to be one of those people that create situations just to have content. I don't want to be that person. I want it to be authentic. But then there are times whenever I'm out and about, or I'm thinking about something, I'm like, Chloe, that would be good for YouTube. But I just, I got to get focused on the blessings that God keeps presenting to me. Because as my daughter said to me years ago, I feel like I would be dishonoring God if I did not follow the path that He has presented to me. So I commit to you to do better as far as my content, uploading videos. I just worked on a new intro. I am really excited about it. And, all of that. A creative spirit is all over the place. And so sometimes we be so all over the place that we get overwhelmed and we shut down. That's Chloe. So I got that going on, and then got a call from a company my HR manager used to work at. And I think I told you about that early in the video, but now that we're going to talk about it. So I got a call from them. They reached out to me a couple of weeks ago, asked me to go online, see if I see anything that I was interested in, let them know. And I hadn't heard from her. So today she called me, and I'm gonna tell you, my phone doesn't ring if you're not saved in my contacts. So if you don't leave a voicemail, I won't even know, because babe, I be dodging them bill collectors and the spammers and all that other stuff. So she called me. She left me a voicemail. I'll call her back. We had a very good 50-minute conversation about me, what I'm looking for, my experiences. And she's like, oh my God. She says, you would fit within so many positions that we have, to the point that it's overwhelming. She said, I want to set you up to talk to two of the senior people, I say C-suite people that are here. I want to set you up to talk to them, because based on your experience, there's so many different ways that you could go. And so I just want you to talk to them to get a feel from, because we want to put you in a position that works well for you, that makes you happy. So y'all, but I say God is showing out, because she spoke in such confidence that they would hire me. Now, here's the thing. It won't be remote. I will be going into the office, which is, when God presents something to me, baby, just jump on it, because you never know what's further on down the line. I always look at it like that. I might be going into the office, but I might be able to negotiate to begin to work from home, or, do flex, be, hybrid, home and in office, whatever. But to think, I said, okay, I want to start making at least $1,000 a month on YouTube. If I were to put my content out and really be proactive with my content and make $1,000 a month on YouTube, that's just my target goal right now. Plus what I will be making, because when I talked to my old boss today, instead of it being 10 to 15 hours, she said 15 to 20 hours. And I know it's going to be 20 hours every week in order to meet their needs as far as, because right now it's like 800, almost 900 tickets that's sitting in the system now since I stopped working. So 20 hours a week easily. If I can get a job, I mean, even if I just did the 20 hours a week with them and then $1,000 on YouTube, baby, when I say I will be so in the game based on what my old job is going to pay me as a contractor, because they're not offering benefits. So what they're going to pay me as a contractor is like freaking wow. And then if I could get a full-time job, plus do the 20 hours part-time at my leisure for my job, plus hit my target goals for YouTube. Every Friday I'm out of town. Every Friday I am out of town. I'm on somebody's beach. I'm flying. I'm getting even more content for you guys. I'm doing reviews for resorts. I'm doing reviews for cruise lines. Baby, I will be doing it all if God sees fit to bless me. Because one thing about me is that I am a hustler. And so I won't say, okay, well, I got a full-time job, so I can slack off on this. Oh, no. Give me me. Let me eat. Because at the age of 54 years old, and then I won't have to touch my 401k. That's the biggest thing. That's what I've been stressing out a lot about the last couple of weeks, is that once my severance is gone, here in Georgia, the most you will get for unemployment is like right under $400 a week. It doesn't even matter if you was a millionaire, you was making $1 million as a CEO. That's the most you will get. So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, YouTube, Instacart, Shipped, Amazon Flex. Then you're getting unemployment. Are you going to be able to have enough money to even pay your bills, let alone what you have to do as far as this house is concerned? That's another thing. When it's time for me to repair the house, I'm going to have to get some type of loan. But I need to make sure that I have steady income to be able to pay that loan back, whatever it is. And I want to borrow enough to make it nice, but I don't want to just go all out and get stuck in a hole, because I don't want to be paying a mortgage at the age of 65. So my goal is whatever it is that I get done to the house, make it so that I can pay it off in 5 years. That is my goal, and I'm speaking it into existence. So, guys, whenever I say I am having a freaking awesome, amazingly just God, you just doing me a big one, showing out day, I absolutely am. So I had to share it with you guys. Another thing that's coming up. Of course, you guys know I'm working on my book. That's the creative spirit that is so frustrating. It gets overwhelming. But I have decided that I am going to open back up my podcast, because with my podcast, the podcast on a podcast, I can say things on a podcast that I can't necessarily say on YouTube. So, I wanted to do a YouTube podcast, but I'll probably get not copyright strikes. I'll probably honey for language and all this other stuff, baby. If I do the podcast and I try and bring some of it over to YouTube, they're probably gonna block it. Because my podcasts are very no holds barred. I talk about everything: sex, intimacy, relationship, and all of that. But I'm going to start back up my podcast. I'm not going to tell you guys the name of it yet. It is cute, but it is sassy. But Baby, let me say something. ChatGPT is everybody's business to me. And it's been helping me map out my podcast, my series, my segments, things I want to talk about. Y'all, today is a great day. That's all I got to say. June is shaping up to be everything. June 6th. Is it June 6th or June 8th? I have to look it up. June 6th, or it might be June 8th, is my parents' anniversary. My sister, I'm not going to tell you her age, but put it like this. My parents this year would have been married 64 years. Yeah. So June is a special month for me. June is my parents' anniversary month. It is my sister's birthday is in June. These like next couple of months are pretty special. Of course, you know, Father's Day is in June. So now I'm about to start planning my trip. I'm about, now that I've gotten that finalized, I know that money, even though the money, I can't spend the money before I get it, but it makes me feel a sense of peace. But I was going to take a solo vacation regardless of whether, you know, whatever's whatever. But now I can and start working on my solo vacation. It's probably going to be, I got so much stuff going on in June. It's probably going to be in July. But I don't know, because if I start the other job, because I want to do the solo vacation, I want to go to Cancun. I've decided on that. And I want to do it on a Tuesday through Friday or a Monday through Thursday, because it's cheaper to do it like that. So I really need to go ahead and get it out of the way, because if I get this, if the company that reached out to me, if I want to just go ahead and take my vacation before I am locked down, because I don't want to tell a company that, you know, hey, yeah, I'll start, but I got a vacation between here and here. The only issue that's really going to bother me the most if I get this job is the fact that I just got my benefits and I don't pay anything for health insurance now. And if I get a job, then I'll have to go back into paying for health insurance. That is the only drawback. Anyway, guys, I think it's 5:04. I'm right here by Panola Road, so I think I'm going to try and pop off real quick and go give my sister a hug and the kids, then hop back in the car and shoot down to Conyers. I will holler at you guys later. You are my sister loves, my baby loves, my loves, my beautiful people. And so, of course, I had to make sure that I shared with you guys first. I will talk to you guys later. Love you.